Hello everyone, welcome back to Kiran's English Hub. In this video, I'm going to teach you the grammar part auxiliary verbs. This is the syllabus given in Osmania University degree first year, and that is semester 2, and that must be unit 3. So in this, you have got certain exercises based on these auxiliary verbs. Let us complete the exercise first, and after that we have some identification of the helping verb and subject. After that we have fillers. First, understand these helping verbs carefully, which one is present, which one is past, and which one is future. Then it would be easy for you, right? Let us get started with the first one here, exercise 1. And here you have got these auxiliary verbs: be forms, have forms, and do forms. These are the primary auxiliary verbs which we have in English. And based on the tense, we have to identify which one is present be form, which one is past be form, which one is future be form. Same case: present have, past have, future have, right? Let us get started with the first one. Be forms are nothing but, in English, the be forms are three. Yes. Okay. The be forms are is, am, are, was, were, right? These are the be forms which we have in English. The present be forms are is, am, are. The past be forms are was, were. Future be form is already given here. Next, coming to have forms. The present have forms are have, has. Past have form is already had. This is given. Next, future have form is will have. Okay. Next, present do forms do, does. Past do form is did, and future do form can only be will. Okay. So present be forms are is, am, are. Past be forms are was, were. Future be form will be. These are the be forms used in the case of continuous case. Okay, continuous tense case. Next, present have form have, has. Past have form had. Future have form will have. These are used in the perfect tenses. Next, do, does, did. Next, will. These are the do forms which we use in the simple forms. That means simple present, simple past, simple future. Okay. Next, let us move to exercise 2 here. In this exercise 2, we have got all the auxiliary forms on our left, and we have to change them into negative in the second one. And in the negative, we have again contracted forms. That means short forms. We have to change them into short forms. Let us get started with the first one. The first one is form here. When you change is into negative, that is not, right? Now, what is a contract form? Contract form in the sense short form. The short form is isn't. Next, are changes to are not in negative. Short form is aren't. Next, was changes to was not in negative, and the short form is wasn't. Next, were not, it is already given negative, and we have to write short form, that is weren't. Next, has changes to has not, and the short form is hasn't. Next, had changes to had not, and the short form is hadn't. Next, does changes to does not, and the short form is doesn't. Next, do changes to do not, short form is don't. Next, did changes to did not, short form is didn't. Next, Will not is already given. This is very important. Will not changes to, in the short form, this is won't. Okay, very important case. Will not, won't. Okay, that is the only different one which we have in English. Next, continuation. This is would changes to would not. Next, contract form is wouldn't. Okay, next, shall changes to shall not, and the short form is shall not, can also be pronounced in the same way. Next, should changes to should not, and the short form is shouldn't. Next, can changes to cannot, short form is can't. Next, could changes to could not, and the short form is couldn't. Next, may changes to may not, and the short form is, you can pronounce it as the same one, may not. Next, might changes to might not, and the short form is as the same pronunciation, might not. Next, must changes to must not, and the pronunciation must be mustn't. Okay, mustn't. Next one, need changes to need not, and the short form is need not, the same one. Next, ought changes to ought not, short form is ought not, same one. Next, dare changes to dare not, and the short form is also dare not, but the spelling is different. Okay, so these are the both the negative and contract forms in all these sections. Next, coming to, for the exam point of view, coming to this second exercise, this is important. Okay, now let me tell you why it is important, because the examiner will focus on such things where he can give the questions. Okay, so for some examinations you can expect this exercise 2 and 3. Look at this, this is exercise 3 already. Okay, in this section you have to underline helping verbs and main verbs. Okay, you have to find which is helping verb and which is main verb. Main verb is nothing but which is action verb, and all the verbs which you have seen now, these are all helping verbs. We call them as the auxiliary verbs. Okay, let us get started with the first one. I could not come along with you. Now what is the helping verb and what is the main verb? Okay, helping verb, they consist of modal auxiliaries also. See, these are all modal auxiliaries, modal auxiliary verbs, and here we can call them as primary auxiliaries. Together they are auxiliaries only. Okay, together they are helping verbs. Now tell me, what is the helping verb and what is the main verb in this section? Main verb is come. Okay, that you can identify very clearly, and the helping verb is could not. This is helping verb, right? Next, the visitor has been waiting for a long time. Now tell me which is main verb in this. Main verb is waiting, that is the action, right? This is main verb. What is helping verb? Has been together is helping verb. Has is one helping verb, been is also helping verb together. Next, if she doesn't do well in the exam, she will have to attend remedial classes. What is the helping verb and what is the main verb? Tell me. Do here is main verb. Do forms can also be used both as the helping verbs and main verbs. Doesn't is the helping verb. Okay. Now you might get confused between this. What are the do forms? Do forms are do, does, and did. Remember, these three do forms can be used both as the helping verbs and also main verbs. Main verbs in the sense actions. Okay, so they must be actions also. So when any not is given, so how to identify these helping verbs and main verbs? If any not is added to do form, remember that do form is helping verb, because not is not added to any main verbs, it is only added to helping verbs. So here doesn't is the helping verb, do is the main verb. Next one, she will have to attend remedial classes. Now tell me what is helping verb and what is main verb here. Attend is main verb. Attend is the action, right? So attend must be main verb here. Next, she will. She will can be written as she will in the short form. Okay, so now she will here comes under helping verb here. Have to is another helping verb. This is modal verb, modal auxiliary. Okay, have to together. Now she will is one modal auxiliary, have to is one modal auxiliary. Next one, attend is main verb. Next one, I have brought a new bag to replace the old one that was lost. Okay, now tell me which is main verb, which is helping verb. Here both is one main verb that you can identify. Have is helping verb. Okay, next you have furthermore sentences here. I have bought a new bag to replace the old one that was lost. Now tell me, you have still helping verb and main verb. What is helping verb here? Was is helping verb and lost is main verb. Okay, this is again some action which happened, right? Next, we hope you don't. To replace is not a main verb here. To replace is infinitive. Okay, this is non-finite verb. Okay, to understand what is non-finite verb, once go back to the playlist. There I have already placed non-finite verb video, so you can also click on the top I button, then you can watch this non-finite verb. Next, we hope you don't meet him. Yeah, what is the helping verb and what is the main verb? Here the helping verb is don't, not is added, so that comes as the helping verb. Next, meet him, meet is the main verb. Another one is hope, that is also a main verb. Okay, so two main verbs are there, one helping verb. Next, she would not dare do that. She would not dare do that. Now tell me which is main verb and which is helping verb. Wherever there is not first, that must be considered as the helping verb. So would not is first, helping verb here. Next, dare do is the main verb. Okay, dare can be used as modal auxiliary here, modal verb. Okay, next, you must work hard every day. Must is the helping verb that can be considered as modal auxiliary, modal auxiliary verb. Next, work here is the main verb. This is action verb, right? Next, the clothes might look clean but they aren't. Might is again modal auxiliary. Okay, that is also a helping verb. Next, look is the main verb. Remember, all the modal auxiliaries are helping verbs only. Okay, but I'm just separating their two cases. See, auxiliary verbs are two types. One is primary auxiliary, another one is modal auxiliary. Okay, so these two can be called as auxiliary verbs, helping verbs. So either of that, if I mention, you have to consider that one only. So might here is modal auxiliary, right? So that is also a helping verb. Next, they aren't is another helping verb here. Okay, next, I am going to the railway station. I have to catch a train. Do you want to hitch a ride? Do you want to, that means, do you want to give a ride? Next, I am going to railway station. I am here is helping verb. Going is V4, that is main verb. I'm going to the railway station. I have to catch a train. I have to is helping verb here, that is modal auxiliary. Next, catch is main verb. Okay, next you have one more sentence left. What is that? Do is the helping verb here. Do, helping verbs are used to ask questions. This is a question. Next, you want is main verb here. To hitch is again non-finite verb. Okay, infinitive. Next, does the restaurant have a delivery service? It might have. Does is the helping verb here, used to ask a question. How is main verb. Remember, have forms, that means have, has and had. These three, just like do forms, they are also used as both helping verbs and also main verbs. For example, I have a bike. Another one is I have eaten an apple. Okay, now in these two cases we have two have forms. One is this have, another one is the second have. What is the parts of speech of this have? What is the parts of speech of this have? Remember, if any have form is followed by main verb, then this have form must be helping verb. If there is no main verb after have form, remember this have form itself is main verb. Here have is, this meaning of have is own. I have a bike in the sense I own a bike. So this have is the main verb. Next, coming to this case, have plus v3 is given. So this have comes under helping verb, and after that we have main verb. So in these two cases we can see that have is used both as the main verb and also helping verb. Now here does is already helping verb, here have is main verb, and continuation sentence is there. What is that? It might have. Might is again here helping verb, and have is again main verb. So have form is there, again do forms are there, all mixed up in this. Next, exercise 4. In this you have fillers, and in these fillers you are left with 4 options each. Let us look at this based on the tense. Okay, I will give you some of the keywords which you can take the help of. Look at this. Where dash your friends going yesterday? So yesterday, present, past or future? Past. So are is present, you cannot use are. Next, I'm giving one more indicator. Friends. Friends is singular or plural? Plural. So for plural you cannot use singular. Was is singular helping verb. Another one is were is there, did is there. So what is the difference between were and did? Remember, were or was, both of them are followed by v4, whereas did is followed by v1. Okay, v4 verb, v1 verb. Now what is given here? Going. Going is what? v4. So what you have to use here? Was or were. Was is already eliminated, so what is remaining? Were. That is your answer. So where were your friends going yesterday? Right. Next one. That car dash always been my favorite. Okay, now remember, when you are using been can only be used with have or has. That means have been or has been. Okay, so you cannot use was, you cannot use is. Eliminate these two. Now that car is there. So that car has or that car have. What can be used here? What is the difference between have and has? Remember, I, we, you, and they. Okay, these 4 subjects can be used with have. He, she, and it. They are used with has. Now which of these two are related to car? Car means, what is the pronoun here? Car means it, right? So it must be used with have or has. It must be used with has. That is your answer. Okay, these two are eliminated. Next, why dash you meet this afternoon? Oh sorry, whom dash you meet this afternoon? You is the helping verb. Okay, you have, you are, you were, you did. Whom did you meet this afternoon? Whom have you? Whom are? Whom were? Remember, when you are using is, am, are, was, were, these are all the be forms, okay, which we have already seen in the beginning. When you are using these helping verbs, remember they must be followed by v4. Next one, when you are using have forms, that means have, has, had, they must be followed by v3. Next, do forms. Do forms means do, does, did, they must be followed by v1. Now according, sorry, v1. Okay, now according to this, what is the main verb that you can find? Meet is the main verb. What is meet here? v1. Okay, meet, met, met, meeting. Okay, this is v2, this is v3, this is v4. v3 is not given, v4 is not given, even v2 is also not given, only v1 is given. So which helping verbs we can consider here according to the rule? v4 we cannot, v3 we cannot, only v1 is possible. So along with v1, how many helping verbs are there? Do, does, did. So how many do, does, did are there here? Have cannot be used. Have plus v3, are plus v4, were plus v4. 3 cannot be used. Only you can go with the did. Right. So I'm giving you very technical examples. Okay. So these are all rules which you have to follow. Okay. Next one. My team dash at lost a match. Remember, this at is the keyword which is used in the present perfect. Present perfect tense. Remember, present perfect tense means this is the structure: subject plus have or has plus v3 plus object. This is structure. What are the helping verbs given here? Have or has. Okay, so how many we have here? Hasn't, has. Only two are there. So only you can consider that two. Other than that, you cannot consider anything. Right? So my team didn't at lost the match, cannot be used. Didn't is followed by v1. Lost cannot be used. Won't plus v1 must be there. Not v2. Lost is v2 or v3. Okay, so hasn't v3, has v3 can be used. Right? See here. Has v3. Next, my team dash at lost a match. Okay, they want to tell it did not lose the match till now, not even a one match. Okay, now lost v3 already given. So which one can you use here? Has at lost the match, hasn't at lost the match. You have to go with hasn't at lost the match, not has. Eliminate that. Next, he dash going. Going is the keyword. What is going here? v4. What can be used here? Is plus v4, was plus v4. Okay, so these two can be used technically. Next, will is followed by will, would. All modal verbs are there, right? All modal verbs are followed by only v1. Okay, so will plus v1, might plus v1. But here what is given? v4 is given. We cannot use will, we cannot use might. Eliminate two of them. Now is and was, only two are there. That means one is present, one is past. Now dash going to be, he dash going to be angry when he finds out. So which tense are you speaking about here? When he finds out, in the sense in the future, right? So we cannot go with past. So we have to go with only present. He is going to be angry when he finds out. Next. My aunt dash like driving. She prefers to be chauffeured instead. We are speaking about her likes and dislikes. Likes and dislikes must be used in the simple present tense. Simple present tense must carry doesn't or don't or these two. Do, does, doesn't, don't. Okay, not may or will. These two comes as future. Okay, they are modal verbs. Now my aunt does like driving. She prefers to be chauffeured instead. So if she likes, she prefers something, or if she doesn't like driving, she prefers something. She doesn't like something, that's why she prefers to be chauffeured. So eliminate doesn't, go with does, go with only doesn't. She doesn't like driving, that's why she prefers something. Next, Gayatri dash enjoy movie. Enjoy is which verb here? V1. Okay, it wasn't interesting, a negative. So she did not like the movie. That must be the meaning here. Now look at this. Hasn't cannot be used because hasn't is followed by v3. But what is given here? v1. Right? Next one. Didn't is negative, did is positive. Might enjoy movie. This comes as future. Cannot be used. It wasn't interesting. We are referring to past. Now, Gayatri did enjoy movie or she didn't enjoy movie. Which one is correct? She didn't enjoy movie. It was not interesting. That's why she didn't enjoy. Next. I love the seaside, but a dash know how to swim. Look at this. No is v1 again. Now v1 is used with, see, I love seaside, but I dash know how to swim. What can be used here? I can't know how to swim. I do know how to swim. I do know in the sense I know how to swim. That comes as meaning. Okay, that fellow knows to swim. Next, I may know how to swim cannot be used. I don't know how to swim. I love seaside, but I don't know how to swim. Next, where dash you see my phone? See, this is C. C means V1. Okay, now look at this rule. Is followed by V4. Have is followed by V3. Did is followed by V1. Are is followed by V4. Now tell me which is your answer. Direct answer this is. According to the clues I have given you, which is your answer? V1 is given here. So which one can you use here? Only where did you see my phone? That's it. Okay, that is the answer. Only one V1 is there in this case. Next, Maharaj dash reached at. I'm giving you two clues here. One is reached V3, another one is at. Just before I had given you this, right? Yeah, he is late as usual. That means he still did not come. That is the meaning you have to get. He has reached cannot be used. Has is followed by V3 but cannot be used. Wouldn't is followed by V1. We cannot use wouldn't. Okay, next one, hadn't, hasn't. Which one is correct in this? I had already given you the structure, subject plus have or has plus V3, where when you are getting at, that is the present perfect tense. So you can eliminate hadn't is past perfect, so you can only go with hasn't, right? So based on those rules you have to technically go with the sentences. Once again I will give you clear rules. Write these rules in your textbook, my dear students. Before you could go to the exam, you can just simply once refer it and go. Okay, now look at the rule number 1. See, first rule is I'm giving you about do forms. Okay, the very important rule. Remember this will be very much useful for you, not just for the exams, even after the exams. Do forms are do, does and did. Remember, they are followed by only V1. Next, have forms. Have forms are have, has and had. Okay, they are followed by V3. See, these are all like fixed important ones. Next, B forms. B forms are is, am, are, was and were. They're all followed by V4. Okay, next one. You have few more. What are they? Modal verbs, modal auxiliaries. Modal verbs are, you can consider them as will, would, can, could, may, might, must. Okay, many modal verbs are there. You can once search all those modal verbs on the internet. Okay, or shall I write must? Next one, shall, should, used to, have to, has to, dare to, need to. Remember, all these modal verbs are followed by V1. Okay, remember these rules. These will be very much important. Do forms are followed by V1. Okay, do forms are followed by V1. Have forms are followed by V3. B forms are followed by V4. These are fixed. Next, all the modal verbs are followed by V1. Okay, if you remember these rules in the examination, you can directly answer. So in the examination, what happens in the sense, in the auxiliary cases, they will give this V4. Now I'm giving you one simple sentence here. Based on that, you answer. I will give you 3 sentences, let us say. Okay, now let us say, the options that I give you here is are, were, was, is. Now try to find out the answer in this case. He dash going to market now. Now he are, can use he are. He is a singular subject, right? You cannot use are. Now there is one indicator. You don't go through the options here. First you go through the verb. What is the verb given here? What is the verb? Verb is going. Going is what here? V4, right? So V4 must be used with these verbs. Okay, is going, are going, was going, all of them are fine. But what is the subject here? He. He is not used with are. He is not used with were. We can say he was, he is. Now out of these two, which is your answer? Your answer comes with this keyword now. Now is present or past? This is present case. So was is past, eliminate that. So your answer is. So this is how you have to simply eliminate all the three options and go with the correct option. Okay, let me give you another sentence here. Options are not, find out the option, correct option, which is the correct one. Now she is, she was, she does, she has, all of the helping verbs are suitable with the subject. But what is the key here? The key is eaten. What is eaten? Eat, ate, eaten. Eaten is what here? V3. Now V3 can be used with what? V3 can be only used with have forms. How many have forms are there here? Only has. She has eaten food. She is followed by V4. Was is followed by V4. Does is followed by V1. Has is followed by V3. Now what is given here? V3. V3 is suitable only with the has form. Now this is how, if you look at this, the top ones, okay? If you just remember these ones which are here, okay, all these ones, these rules, then in the examination point of view, you can easily crack all the fillers. You can also even crack other questions based on the auxiliary verbs, right? So thank you so much, students, for watching. If you are the first time visitor to our channel, and please do subscribe, and also please do share these videos with your friends, with your other college friends. Hope they will also learn well. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next video.